Ever wonder what really separates someone who's just good from someone who's truly exceptional? Well, it's almost never raw talent. It's a specific mindset. So today, we're going to unlock the secrets of the samurai, a timeless path for mastering any skill you could possibly choose. So this quote, it comes from a guy named Miyamoto Musashi. And if you don't know the name, he was arguably the most famous swordsman in Japanese history. We're talking about a man who fought in over 60 duels and never lost a single one. So what was his secret, right? It wasn't about outsmarting the other guy. It was this relentless daily internal focus on perfecting his own technique. And that right there, that internal focus is the key to everything we're about to talk about. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll dive into the warrior's secret. Then, we'll break down the 3 huge pillars of mastery, perfecting the basics, finishing the fight, and building an unmovable mind. And finally, we'll bring it all home and show you how this applies to your own path. Okay, first things first, we gotta get this straight. For the samurai, mastery in anything, and I mean anything, whether it was archery, calligraphy, or even the tea ceremony, it was never about natural ability. It was entirely about how you practiced and how you thought about your craft. And you know what? That's awesome news, because it means excellence isn't something you're born with. It's a path that anyone can choose to walk. Okay, let's get into our first pillar. And honestly, this is the absolute foundation of all skill. It's a concept the samurai called Kihon, and it's all about an unwavering, deep commitment to the fundamentals. Now, Kihon literally translates to basic techniques, but don't let that simple word basic fool you. The real power here is in the commitment it demands. I mean, think about this. A master swordsman with 30 years of experience would still begin every single practice session with the most basic strikes and the most basic footwork. They never considered themselves too good for the fundamentals. And this really shines a light on a huge difference in approach. So often today, we rush through the quote-unquote boring basics just to get to the flashy, impressive stuff. But the samurai understood a crucial truth. Real mastery isn't about knowing 1,000 different techniques. It's about knowing 10 fundamentals so perfectly, so deeply, that you can adapt and apply them to any situation you can imagine. So let's make this personal for a second. Think about a skill you're trying to build right now. Maybe it's playing an instrument, or coding, or public speaking. Now, be honest with yourself. Can you execute the absolute most basic part of it flawlessly every single time without even having to think about it? If the answer is no, or even maybe, then you know the path forward. The samurai way is to return to those basics. Okay, so once you've got that solid foundation, the next pillar is all about how you execute every single action. This is the discipline of Zanshin, and it really all comes down to how you finish. Zanshin literally means remaining mind. I want you to picture a samurai right after they've made a strike. They don't just relax or celebrate. No way. They maintain total awareness, complete readiness for whatever might come next. Zanshin teaches that an action isn't over just because the main part is done. It's about that total, complete follow-through. And man, we see the opposite of Zanshin everywhere today, don't we? We get a project like 90% of the way there, and our mind is already racing ahead to the next shiny thing. We send off an email without proofreading it. This lack of follow-through, that's what leads to sloppy work and missed opportunities. The Zanshin principle is simple, but it's profound. It's not done until it's done right. So, how do you actually practice this? It's a simple 4-step loop. First, you execute the task. Second, you review your work with your full undivided attention. Third, you polish and refine it. And fourth, you conclude the task with readiness for what's next. I'm telling you, applying this tiny loop to your work is what separates the good from the truly exceptional. Now for our third and final pillar. And this one's a big deal. Because you can have perfect basics, and you can have flawless follow-through, but without mental fortitude, you'll just quit long before you reach mastery. This is the strength of Fudoshin. Fudoshin translates to an immovable mind. Now, this doesn't mean being stubborn or rigid. It means having a spirit that stays calm and centered even when things are going wrong. It's that ability to face a huge obstacle or some harsh criticism without losing your footing and getting thrown off your path. And our Fudoshin is tested constantly, isn't it? We get criticism from other people. We have failures that make us doubt everything. We feel that anxiety from comparing ourselves to others. Unexpected problems pop up out of nowhere. All of these things threaten to shake our commitment. Fudoshin is the anchor that holds us steady through all of it. So the crucial point here is this. Fudoshin is a muscle. You build it by creating a little separation between your feelings and your actions. So you feel discouraged, but you practice anyway. You get some negative feedback, but instead of getting defensive, you look for the lesson. Every single time you choose to continue despite that emotional resistance, your Fudoshin gets stronger. So let's bring it all together, because when you combine these three principles, you move way beyond just a simple set of tips. You get a powerful, unified philosophy for achieving excellence in your life. So let's just recap the three foundations. First, Kihan, return to the basics, always. Never stop perfecting them. Second, Zenshin, finish every single action with complete awareness and polish. And third, Fudoshin, build an unshakable mind that can withstand the inevitable storms of the journey. This ancient path, built on fundamentals, follow-through, and fortitude, it has always been the formula for mastery. There's no doubt that it works. So the only real question left isn't about the path, it's for you. Will you choose to walk it day in and day out consistently enough to reach your goal?